Hello everyone, welcome back. So here I have a piece of mahogany and I turned this into a little pocket ferro rod. So I got a high-speed tool steel striker here, and I got a Nathan 407-1 1/4-inch ferro rod, and I'm going to take you over to my bench and I'm going to show you how I got to this point. Alright, so I'll demonstrate with just this piece of scrap. So we'll pretend that this is the actual mahogany I used. So all I did was use my father's old miter box, and I took the wood and I cut one piece, then I laid that against the other piece, drew a line, and cut that one. So now I had my two sides. Next, I drew a center line down the middle of both. Then I picked 2 points where I wanted the ferro rod and the striker to go through. I laid these together and I used the square to make sure that they were exactly the same on both sides. And then I drilled my holes on the drill press. Alright, whoops, I'll take you back over to the table. Alright, so that's how I got to this point. Now, what I'm going to do next is, I think I'm going to epoxy the striker in, because I'm not going to be changing that. And for the rod, hopefully you can hear this, it's a really tight fit. So I don't think I'm going to have a problem with that coming out, so that I can replace it. So I'm going to epoxy this in. When the epoxy's dry, I'll put this back together and I'll start refining this shape. Probably round it off, you know, cut these corners off a little bit. I could possibly make it a little thinner also, but I'll have to get to that when I get to that. So I'm going to epoxy this striker in and then I'll bring you back. Alright, so I have the striker epoxied in, just a little tiny bit in there. I could probably, if I had to, pull it out, but it's in there pretty good. And like I said, this is just friction fit. And when you're using this, you're going to be holding it down, so there's really not going to be a lot of pressure on it, because I was thinking about putting some type of screw or something, but I think I'll be fine. So hopefully you can hear this. You hear that little snap? So we got a real close fit on that. So next thing I'm going to do is just try to shape it so it's a little bit more comfortable in my hand, and I'll bring you back when I do that. All I'm going to do is just take this, put it onto my belt sander, probably round off the edges and the top. Nothing exciting to watch, but I'll bring you back when that's done. Alright, so I decided to just put a little bit of a radius on the ends and then chamfer the rest of it. I like the way it looks. Works great as far as opening and closing. Doesn't fall out. So now I'm going to put a satin finish on this, like a clear coat. And when that dries, I'll show you what it looks like, and then we'll try it out. Alright, so I got it finished. Just had a very light coat of some satin polyurethane. I like the way it looks. It does stay together pretty good, I'll tell you. I don't think I have to put anything else in there to make it stay. It's got a little bit of friction on it. And one of the things I love about it is you could just pull this out. I mean, it's got a pretty tight fit. And replace it. Every time I make something with one of Nathan's rods, I'm like, I love this. It's the best. But it's true. Each time I do one, I'm like, this is so cool. So let me get some Maya dust, and I'll show you this thing in action. All right, so we got some Maya dust. Let's try this out. There she goes. Woo! All right, let me move this out of the way. So it works great. I'm very happy with it. So there you go. So everyone, like I always say, and you know I really, really mean it from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate all of you. I appreciate all of your views and your comments, and it really, you just make my day. And I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're staying safe and healthy. And I really appreciate you coming along on this little journey, and hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you on the next one.